I have a feeling we're on the right track.
I'll check the data when I get back.
Hello. I hope I didn't start. This is a work habit of mine. Using touch to open my senses and letting the details of your biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand your construction as a living work, such as the basis of deconstruction and reconstruction. Do not be concerned. You are very healthy. In fact, impeccably so. A perfect experimental specimen. I like Yes, I'm happy to meet you too. We've met before in the simulated universe. I expect the views here had me lost in I don't usually go in and out of the space station, and only discovered today that it was blessed with such calm, open views. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Come here. Look. The blue planet is directly below us. It is so full of life. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. Delicious desserts remind people of how flowers... I hope you like it too. So, what do you think? I can certainly prepare more for you. It's become somewhat of a tradition to bring strawberry pastries when I visit Stephen Lloyd. His attendance seems quite dependent. An outstanding dessert. 10 grams of cubed sugar, 1 dried and salt-preserved plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the same as nurturing a universe. The heat must be controlled, planning must be meticulous, and one must not panic, no matter what happens. Unfortunately, there are still too many people in the space station. The clamor is not fitting for desserts. By the way, do you remember what my research?
No. My research area is short stories about... Huh? What's going on?
I see. But remember, the next time something like this happens, it's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. You'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through. Let's try again. Now, what else would you like?
The dessert was tasty, I would like... Why can't I say what I want to say?
You have quite the appetite. All right, I'll come and have a walk with me. A stroll is the most appropriate post-dessert activity. As the masses depart, there's an enveloping calm here. Just like in the no-man's land I've ventured to in the past. Can you imagine a completely lifeless world? From there, you can glimpse the stars that lie at the very edge of the horizon. Following its celestial trajectory, the Great Teal Star illuminates an endless sea of white across both the sky and land. My mother and I navigated calm glaciers, looking for signs of life on that world, and encountered many bizarre phenomena. It was like finding the single correct piece in a mountain of jigsaw pieces. The process was convoluted and unimaginably difficult, but it was touching and enthralling as well. My apologies. It appears my words have left you perplexed. Please, don't be on edge. I bear no ill. A few days ago, I made my interest in you known to Herta. My intention is for you to serve as an assistant. Based on our interactions within the simulated universe, I find extending trust beyond myself is challenging. Therefore, I added anti-truth serum to this dessert. It will not harm you. However, you will be unable to say what you truly think when answering. Treat it as a layer of protection. This will shield my research and your personal safety. Once the problems have been dealt with, I'll give you. I can also reward you as compensation for being my assistant. Does that bother you? I believe we will be able to be frank with each other, but... When I first arrived on the space station, a surge of creativity led me to explore the cultivation of life on the space station. In my imagination, these life forms would be a new variety that are born as geniuses. I plan to name... I don't know where it went wrong. They possess their own sentience, but are nowhere near geniuses. Moreover, my free-range approach seems to have backfired. In a lab leak incident a few days ago, some of these little life forms ran away. I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore, I'm hoping you... I do trust you. This has nothing to do with them. The researchers are... I entrust this to you.
Where there are people, there is noise.
What? Why would anyone want to? I'm not doing any...
You're so cute! Can I get an autograph? So, I really can't say anything about her.
Autograph? What are you on about? I won't... Oh, that. If you want to solve the problem...
Seize the moment!
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Do not concern yourself with the outcome. The moon shines on the truth.
There are so many people. This seems to be the place.
Ruan may, but... Yes, the end result?
Hey, guess what? It's set. Let's give it a shot. Yikes.
Molten cheese tart? What's our slogan? 2. Energy.
Our creed. Oh, praise. Oh, let me... You need a plaster.
Is the little...
I am humbled to meet them. What are you frozen in?
Wakaka! That was way...
Oh! Molten cheese Molten cheese There's a kind of it. Hey, you! Yeah. Good! You see, they both hope to You need to... Love from the I don't know. Remember as long... Did that... Oh?
you're here. Herta called Skrullum and I to the space station, and now I wish for you to attend this. I don't. Just in case, I want someone help me. It'll be all right. Let's go.
Hi, Ruan May. I've been waiting for you. Oh, you're here too? Looks like you two have become quite friendly.
It's good to see you, sir. Affirmation. This reunion has happened earlier than my...
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since 3 geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen again?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions are scarce. I look forward to the innovate.
Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You wish to kick Steven out?
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain. Whatever. Look, I respect the way people want to live, but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this decision-making anymore.
Question. Are we introducing a 5th partner for...
Yes, a 5th. The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present. What else could prompt such a gathering of... No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar.
What if the responder is Polka Kakamond?
That'd be great! Hey, Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you.
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for quite... Probability, member number 64.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with... What about you, Chingtu? Are you still in touch with her, Ruan May? Is she still alive?
Can we ask him to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's no need to take up other people's time.
Of course! You brought him in after all. It's a...
All right. Let me walk you out.
And what the heck is this?
Seems like a programming error.
Oh, this fragment of Ruan May. Have you seen it in the simulated universe before?
The simulated universe is my home. I'm speaking nonsense.
It's probably an isolated glitch.
Fine. I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life...
I probably will. Records indicate he like...
All right, I agree. As long as it helps you with your reason...
Come along. I'll see you out. It appears I was overthinking things. Impulsive behavior is pretty characteristic of her after all. Thankfully, it was just... I see that you've recovered the life form in the master control zone. Thank you. I was simply being overly... There's some things that... The retrieval of my life form. Herta uses that place, and now my headache. There's much you don't know, but there is some... I'm giving you my access. Stay vigilant to... Remember, once you're back... Come.
What would a sealed zone look like?
Buzz.
What's up with the...
Buzz. High risk permission stop. Buzz. Maintain. Welcome. Fry left. Welcome. Conclude assessment. Suggestion.
The kindling for the phase flame is fascinating. The growth status of the... They simultaneously... Interestingly, they all...
Huh? What's that sound out there? This is the headache Ruan mentioned? It's just a different flavor. I'm not one of Ruan's recognized work too much. Why? What's that noise? I need to find a place.
Welcome, customers. 1,000 wonder... Finest one!
Stand down.
We have the upper hand. I'm scared.
Stay better.
Let's be friends. Yeah!
Tedious. Blade of Moonlight, all will be revealed. In lunar flame. Do not concern yourself with the outcome. The moon shall
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
Stand down. Blade of moonlight. Do not concern yourself with me.
Welcome, customers. 1,000 wonders. Fight is one!
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Enemy. Protect me! Protect me! I'm scared!
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Commencing support. Ready for another? Let's be friends. 1,000 wonders. Fight is one!
Stand down. Blade of moonlight. Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
I never imagined there'd be so many of them. You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Blade of moonlight. Danger. 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 Danger.
You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
The final days that member number 20. I'm now certain that life can exist in thousands of different. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life? Never had an answer. Member 1, Sandar.
Cool it.
The moon shines on the truth. The moon shines on the truth.
Welcome, customer.
Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Wonders to fight as one! Welcome, customers.
worldly possessions.
I never imagined there'd be so many of them. Are you telling me to keep going?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts. The patterns of all things, ever since I was a child, I wish to discover. I thought of one life form.
Sounds fit. Stay here for a bit. Did something just open?
Hidden Ruan. Permissions select. This function.
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach, and that is, I cannot comprehend. Scholars view them as at first. However, of course, they're hazy, Ronth. It is a logical decision. Will Herta and Screwlum like this experiment? I must hurry my work. As well as...
Permission grant. Select from the. Madam Alien Man.
Seems...
Permission.
That sound's coming...
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Seize the moment! 1,001 fight as one!
Blade of moonlight. Do not concern yourself with the outcome. All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack!
The moon shines on the truth.
Let's be friends.
Tedious. Blade of moonlight. The moon shines on the truth. Stand down. Blade of moonlight, all will be revealed in lunar flame. Ready for death? Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
There's someone in the distance.
Here, a genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking. Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via the elevator. Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be of any relevance to our... If a question is of no... Never mind. Allow me to clarify. My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, that's all you need to know. Just... I can't the real Ron Mays go.
This is huge. The space station has an area this big? An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
A thousand wonders to raise your good omens. Fight us one!
Flee Radiant light, roaring flood.
Commencing support. This happened. Let's be friends, shall we? Chill out.
A blade of moonlight. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Ready for another? Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack! Don't come any closer!
Move aside, amateurs. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
All the best! Enemy targets detect. Inputting commands.
Nowhere to run!
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack!
You'll destroy the space station.
1,000 wonders to raise good omens. Fight us one!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Commencing support. I'll contain them. We have to fight! Demons, depart!
Ready for death.
Customers are always welcome. Chill out. Enemy targets detected. Oh. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack. I'm gonna hold everyone. Give me strength. Don't come any closer.
Move aside, amateurs. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
After 56 seconds, the creature was unable to sustain its own existence and vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over. Time to get going.
Is it over? I need to get some answers out of Ruan.
The meeting of geniuses is over. As for the future of the simulated universe, that conclusion isn't important. What's important is your task. You look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, my experiments have fallen short. And they've always... I made a clone, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Emanator. How should I have explained it to you? I'm not good at communicating with others. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. However, it would soon disappear and be reduced to parts. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards the end. However, even the briefest... And it was a minuscule step, just as I had predicted. Indeed, this is how I keep the distractions at bay. I have to admit that research once made me obsessive. That wasn't a good I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. An experiment should have its That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that I see a human... Emotions may be either positive or negative, and there's still a lot. That being said, do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need. Do I see me respond? The effects of the After all, over time, if I do not want a secret, it won't take effect immediately. Perhaps you'll remember that way. It will make our lives. Thank you. Screwlum will stay. Do you still remember the... I mismember number... I hope I won't. Who knows when the next If fate allows, and you're... Though I suppose it would...
Where there are people, there is noise.
Isn't it wonderful? Through these... Is that so? I imagine... Picture a sliver. It reminds me of a ring. Thank you.
Where there are people, there is noise.
Wonders to raise good omens. Fight us one! Well, we're in trouble now. Paid for that.
Stand down. Later moonlight.
Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I can do this.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
1,000 wonders. Minus one.
Ready for death. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Give me strength. Ready for another? Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Welcome, customers. Yeah! I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Get them.
1,000 wonders. Minus one. Not good. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Tedious.
Protect me! Protect me! Stop it!
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Try harder.
Commencing support. Let's be friends.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Later moonlight. Nowhere to run. Where there are people, there is noise.
Harrider Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need him. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was him.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
He's only just woken up, dazed. He may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we... No. The attack happened on a base outside the station, beyond the surveillance camera's range. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the...
the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinate? They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations?
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an... excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that pup? Don't play the fool.
I think I...
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, kid. Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something if only there were some hints.
Anyway, keep up the good work.
My memory is kind of hazy. What? This is what I Let me try to...
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Maybe the researchers at the departments of ecology, Hinkle and...
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers.
Those despicable. Ugh. A curio? Oh, now. Well, Adler would be. People are growing.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Art. Adler was with Art.
What?
Calm down.
What?
Wait. So I'm the.
They seem to.
Oh, really? That kid sure is bright.
Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble.
We're in trouble now. 1,000 wonders. -1!
Stand down.
Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Peppy!
That's me.
He wants to ask. I'll leave you to it.
Don't worry. I think I...
So, which...
That's all? Well, have you asked... Huh. Let's call...
Adler's. Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. My memories of art.
How's it going? I see. See? Just some things had said. Yes, people were just, however, rebuilding. Anyway, that's okay. Oh, by the way.
So I did. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it. The other person should. Identifying that.
Let me describe it. Send me a signal.
I think if.
Anyway.
The other person should be from. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the department. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Let me describe it. Send me a signal.
I think if only.
Anyway, keep up the good.
The other person should be. Not here. That person is probably with the Department of Insight. The other person should be. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey! It's all... Here's the account sheet. Oh, small...
Here, did my memory... Now I remember. The other person is Emily. What did Emily...
I say? No need to be though I... See, I'm not...
Again.
Oh,
However...
don't...
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The Xianzhou species.
Have you asked Huh.
Huh?
Huh. Huh. Let's call it. I figured you. I'm sorry.
Just as I...
I'm sorry. I see. There's only that mean the words they use.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. I need to go over it.
Let me describe. Send me a signal.
I think if only there were...
Let me just send me a signal when you see. That's not the point. Anyway, keep up.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this cap?
Affirmation. We can ask her.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corrupt.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a
Apologies. It's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed, it is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid. If he is truly innocent, he can clear his name. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story, you met with Herta.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story.
I remember now.
That's enough. Pretend. Based on your story.
If you knew Herta, then you would...
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't...
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves a curio that...
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and... However, she did give a thorough description of the curio.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even... Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
Sure. But you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to...
A correct observation, if I...
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles.
I remember now.
That's enough. Herta's collection.
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special...
Yes. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes. To get more information about... I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said you asked us to...
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said you asked us to...
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said... However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking him. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
I remember now.
That's enough. However,
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to hold her...
I remember now.
That's enough. So what's the story? Are you...
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider... It's okay.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one?
I remember now.
That's enough. So what's the story?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management, ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion, and cause great internal...
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with... Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes.
Yes. I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the
Well, did he
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the response.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say?
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say?
I remember now.
That's enough. Research clearly, though.
No connection? I disagree.
Clearly, though. It bears no connection.
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though. It bears no connect.
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence to show
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases...
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go.
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of...
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon
a group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The fire demons have a
Japella Brotherhood.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled. Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? That video will soon circulate. And this station's fate?
The destruction.
I'm afraid more than trust. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You have a superior strategy?
If we did that, we...
Where there are people, there is noise.
Not good.
A list of the missing researchers.
Sure, but
A list of them. Take it. Remember. I don't.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one.
I didn't really notice, but it's been a few. The last time I saw.
Lead the way. If his disappear.
True. We need to investigate.
Jerk! Fine! Disappear! I don't ever want to see your face! Oh, he doesn't even answer.
What did he talk?
He kept
Phrase.
Who said I want? But if I don't know exactly.
So the research, I finished browsing. It's time to go back.
Try harder.
Enemy data set. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Can we talk? Ready for another? Well, yeah!
Tedious. Later moonlight. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Let's be friends. 1,000 wonders. And fight as one!
You're back. I've been monitoring the dark.
Lest we're running out of time. First,
Adler also.
You think that...
Indeed. First, Adler's disappeared.
I understand.
Tenuous first. Adler's...
I understand.
Tenuous first. Adler's...
I understand.
Tenuous first. The next angle.
Distasteful
A mere glance at their... However, Lady Asta... The next angle is what...
I understand.
Tenuous... The next angle.
I understand.
Tenuous... The next angle is what...
I understand.
Tenuous... The next angle... Last. You probably already... The fire demon of last is the abilities of Duke Inferno. During prior on the flickering tongue, look. This booklet describes a kind...
It's the phase flame. However, she lived the phase flame.
This booklet describes a kind of fire...
I understand.
Tenuous... This booklet describes a kind of fire that can...
I understand.
Tenuous... This booklet describes a kind of fire that...
I understand.
Tenuous connection. This book... Kindling of...
Somebody was once able to... If Ifrit is a...
The kindling of this unique flame.
I understand.
Tenuous... The kindling of this unique flame.
I understand.
Tenuous... The kindling of... I fear that... Undoubtedly. And Adler already... I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
I understand.
Tenuous connect... I fear that this is the truth.
I understand.
Tenuous I fear that this is the truth. When surely... I believe that as a scion of the phase, that is... We don't know where the victims went, and the sudden and once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. I wouldn't give you the chance.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Stay calm. Asta was merely teleported. Her light... Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shift ability. Logic. Asta is still within the confines of the space.
That flame...
Try then.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station.
I will head. Mr. Ratio, please go with Mr. Trail.
The infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. Follow it. The way is awash with... Be careful! Get ready... See? It's still in the space station. Like Skrullum said, it cannot escape from here. Do you know what to do with cornered prey? Hunt it to the death. Huh.
The fire is dying.
It's still resist. Mediocre. Answer me.
We have the upper hand.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Enemy data system net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Protect me! Protect me!
You impede me.
Commencing support.
Your answers? Test.
upper hand. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Your end approaches.
Ready for another? I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
A blade knows no mercy.
Enemy targets.
SAS knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Test.
Commencing support. Give me strength. Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
That paradise may be on. Savor it for me.
The flame is getting weaker. For the theater of the mediocre.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Answer me.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another? I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
The fight is set. Failed to send you.
What?
Your answers? Test. SAS Perkibi. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. 0 points.
Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Your end approaches.
For the theater of the mediocre. I'm asking questions. Answer me.
We have the upper hand. Ready for another? I'm scared.
Stay put.
I will dispatch you. The fight is set.
Enemy targets detected. I'm gonna hold everyone back. Protect me! Protect me!
That paradise made savor it for me.
Ignore it. It is little but next.
A small Oh? Ah, the banal theatrics of stalling. Let's not.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Do we still have the upper hand?
Your answers?
Answer me.
0 points. SAS. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Got them.
Your end approaches.
0 points. I'm asking questions. Test.
Give me strength! Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack!
You fool!
Well timed.
Ready for another?
Answer me.
I'm scared!
You impede.
So this is the extent of miscreants materializing from the Inferno. Seems like Dr. Primitive wasn't wrong.
Savor it for me.
The fire is weakening. It's preparing to flee. You, keep your eye out for Lady Asta's whereabouts. SAS. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. Test. 0 points.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack!
0 points.
I'm gonna hold everyone back and
Got them.
A blade knows no mercy.
A miracle.
I'm asking questions. Answer me.
we have the upper hand. I'm scared!
Stay put.
The fight is set. That paradise made savor it for me.
Good work. Rest assured, while you were chasing the... It was all they fell into a space. Many of them were shaken. Yes. This business, but there is one. And that. I've been waiting.
Fallout from this incident remains. Surely you have plenty of pressing matters to attend to. Or is this...
Answer. That is exactly why I came. After all, the principal figure in this whole affair.
When did you...
When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more I've had the same bad habit as you since the beginning, Mr.
I must say, I'm quite honored, Mr. Screwlum. But do explain, why opt for silent wisdom when you already...
For curiosity's sake. Affirmation. I made the same decision as you.
Oh, and...
Objectively speaking, aside from some minor spiritual trauma, no researchers were hurt in this attack, which never aligned with the Annihilation Gang's modus logic. A third party saved.
Had I not fortuitously acquired a spark of the phase flame and intervened in Duke Inferno's teleportation, those people would already be space waste, floating past the window.
You are more candid.
But still behaving within your... One last question, Screwlum. Genius though you are...
I cannot be sure and can only hypothesize. Helping the weak hints at the merciful instinct of a medical doctor, but maintaining a cool, detached observation and pulling the strings from behind the curtain is akin to laying down.
The ruler of planet Screwlum is indeed well versed in the human mind. It's a pity you're as much in the ivory tower as other geniuses. To stand aside and observe is the best treatment one can give. There is a disease called the path of erudition, has neither reason nor logic. While geniuses wander among the stars, the ordinary can't even trace their foot. But even a life marked by failure is a life worth living. It is only in moments of solitude. I have a fastidious nature. I cannot stand fools, idiots, or imbeciles. Seeing them fills me with dread. Regrettably, this space station is just like the Intelligentsia Guild. Devoid of geniuses and filled with...
You wish to uproot the researchers' blind...
I am only laying out my questions. As pursuit tinged with negativity...
You are indeed more like a medic...
As for the spark...
I believe Asta will...
It is also a lesson. With that, I take my leave. I look forward to future encounters with... A farce full of trivial concerns. Ultimately, they're just mediocre minds.
Mere worldly possessions.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Commencing support.
All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
as one. Welcome, customers.
In lunar flame.
Human creations. Infallible.
The moon shines on the truth.
Was I seeing?
I see through you. Converge and awaken. 1,000 wonders. Fight as one!
Stand down.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Let's be friends. Yeah!
Tedious. I taste malice in the air.
Infallible.
The moon shines on the truth.
Talk. All things in this world, human creations.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
1,000 wonders to fight as one! A quick divination.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack. All things human creations.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
A thousand wonders. Fight is one. Converge and awaken. Let's be friends.
Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
A quick divination. Together as one. Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack. awaken! Fight as one!
In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Human creations! No matter. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Infallible. Cool it. That's a tough nut to crack.
The moon shines on the tree.
Infallible. We're in trouble now.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
1,000 wonders to fight as one. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Converge and awaken. Analyze the targets before you make a play.
In lunar flame. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Fight as one! Together as one. Human creations. Analyze the target. Converge and awaken. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Nature mastery of immortality. Ready for another? Yeah!
Blade of moonlight.
To be reborn.
As one.
In lunar flame.
Fight as one!
Blade of moonlight.
Quietly. Converge and awaken. Human creations. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.